History has been made here. And it happened right here.
I've come to Talladega to experience one of the most legendary races on the NASCAR calendar. My name is Liam, I'm an F1 fan, and this is my second time at a NASCAR race. So in this video, I'll be doing a deep dive into the legendary Talladega race with its highs and its lows.
It's just not for me. Good morning, everyone. I am in Alabama for Talladega, and I'm super excited. I'm here with my friend Orsley. How are you doing?
Hi.
Right now, we're heading to the actual track. I can sort of see it here, and immediately I can tell it's way, way bigger than Miami. This is a big deal. This is like, you know, Formula One has Monaco, tennis has Wimbledon, and NASCAR has Talladega. So and Daytona. Which one is number one, Talladega or?
Daytona.
Daytona's, okay. Okay, we got the second best, but it's good. And we're actually gonna head to the banking right now because it's very steep. Oh, this is just the beginning. That's crazy. It's basically just a wall. Look at that. We're in Talladega. So steep. This is turn 3. We're heading to turn 4, right? This is my first ever impression of Talladega, and I'm doing it right here at turn 4 on this extremely steep banking. Oh my God. I hope this is, I looked like a car was gonna come here. There's something about being on the road like this. Is this coming across? Just how steep this is. And people are trying to walk down there as well. Imagine being a racing driver. Just 200 miles per hour. I actually can't believe it. This is genuinely unlike anything I've ever seen before. Let me just go to the top here. It's like scary. I feel like I might fall down. Okay, I'm at the top now, just taking it all in. First time in Alabama, first time at Talladega, and this is how I'm doing it. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Talladega Superspeedway is the longest oval track in NASCAR at 2.66 miles or 4.28 kilometers. The track opened in 1969 and was developed by Bill France Sr., the founder of NASCAR.
But it wasn't an instant success.
The first race faced some controversy. Top drivers boycotted it over tire safety concerns. However, despite that rocky start, Talladega grew into a major NASCAR venue. Over the decades, it's become famous and infamous for pack racing, where cars run inches apart at high speed. The big one, those massive multi-car crashes, and unpredictable finishes. It's common for underdogs to win here.
Now I'm kind of scared because it's so steep. How the do the drivers do this? How? How?
How? Hold on, bro. How?
It doesn't do it justice. It's terrifying, is how I describe it. Absolutely terrifying. All respect to F1 drivers, rally drivers, anyone, MotoGP riders, definitely. Anyone who, you know, gets behind the wheel and races for a living, I have the maximum respect for. This is something else. Sweet home Alabama. Why did I say it like that? Sweet home Alabama. Oh, these are the safer barriers. In the olden days, it was just like a concrete wall. Fact check me on this. So when they had an incident, they would just slam into the wall and it would be very, very dangerous. But now, through technological advancements, there is something called a safer barrier, which is this thing right here, which absorbs some of the shock. She's brave, she's walking down. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna crawl down like the wimp that I am. It's not the most gracious movement I've ever made, but it does keep me safe.
This clip right here, this is a little shot I got last year, but of course there's a little reflection kind of effect to just display. Maybe I was trying to get an effect to show like 8 wide racing, just make it even cooler. But coolest thing about Talladega, second apart the whole entire time, 200 miles per hour, cars going 4 wide the whole entire time. I think it's a 30 car field and just four wide, and I think it's about like 6 rows back of just the same cars, just 4 wide back, and it's pretty awesome. 200 miles per hour racing. No telling what's gonna happen here, wreck or anything. Cars some flipping in the air. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? It's Dega, you know. There's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on, but I think that clip is a perfect demonstration that I got last year of what this racetrack can bring. One more thing to add to Talladega. I think if I was a racer, I think there's one song I would be playing in the back of my head the whole entire time.
What would that be?
Free Bird.
I was gonna say play the song, but we'll be taken down for copyright infringement, so play something else.
Talladega is known for its unpredictable race finishes. In the past 9 races, there have been 9 different winners. Perfect for anyone rooting for an underdog. One modern underdog story is that of Jordan Anderson Racing, who competes in the Xfinity Series. The team was founded by Jordan Anderson, a driver himself, in 2018, originally to compete full-time in the Truck Series. The team started small with limited resources and sponsorship, but became known for its grit and underdog spirit.
Okay, awesome.
I'm the driver of the 27 Golden Corral Jordan Anderson Bomberito Autosport.
This part.
What I say?
Say again. Anderson Racing Bomberito Autosport.
Jordan, I've already fucked it up.
It's a
Jordan Anderson Racing Bomberito Autosport. Tell me a little bit what makes Talladega so special.
The fans. It's a lot of fun to come here. It's a great atmosphere. I love racing at this racetrack. Had a lot of success here. 1, 2 of them. Should have probably won a couple more, but hopefully this weekend we can get another one.
What is that makes NASCAR unique? What sort of character traits do you need to have to be really
I
good
would
at it?
say car control, but I feel like in all motorsport racing, style racing, you have to have car control.
For the viewers who are not from the US and who maybe don't know the difference, like what makes the southern US different from the rest?
The Boulevard tonight and tomorrow night will open your eyes what goes on in the South. That's where you need to go.
Okay, the Boulevard.
The Boulevard, that's where you got to go. Show your viewers that. That's what you can do.
The Boulevard, we're going there. Okay, awesome. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so who am I here with?
Jordan Anderson.
Jordan Anderson. Now you are the big boss
Yeah.
of Jordan Anderson Racing Bomberito
Autosport. There you go. We'll give you one of them on that
Just
one.
rolls off the tongue.
It's a mouthful for sure. It's a cool story. So I raced myself for a long time. I grew up, did go-karts just like Jeb, late models, raced the Truck Series back in 2014, and kind of a journeyman. I would always drive for smaller teams, and like 3 or 4 years in a row, I went and drove for smaller teams. And after every year, we'd run good, and I'd lose my ride to somebody else. I'd go to another team, I'd lose my ride at the end of the year. So after 4 or 5 years, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own team up. And that's where I met John Bomberito. He owns a bunch of car dealerships in the Midwest. And I kind of went to him. I said, hey, this is my idea, this is my journey, this is my vision. And he actually came on board as a sponsor and then bought in the team with me back in 21 when we went Xfinity Racing. And here we are with 4 cars here at the racetrack. This whole thing started probably 2018. We came here with a dually and a 40-foot, like a small trailer. Not a second floor, like a small trailer, me and a few friends, and it's come a long way from then. This still definitely, like if you could say grassroots, that's where this started.
That's incredible. Tell me about Talladega.
Yeah, Talladega.
What do we need to know? What do the people need to know about Talladega?
So the people that have probably seen me, so see that there's a helicopter sitting over there. I left, I left out of that helicopter here in 22 from this track.
Okay.
So was racing the Truck Series race here in 22. Engine blew up, caught on fire, going into turn 1. Had a couple things that went wrong, and fire filled the cockpit inside. And went through 1 and 2 and just was basically getting eaten up with fire. And made the decision. I pulled the window net down, and right before I hit the wall, I jumped out of the truck while I was still moving here. And got burns. Like you could probably still see some marks on my arms and my chin and stuff. For those of you who watch NASCAR, I got a couple of rules made after that deal. Now it's mandatory to wear the fireproof underwear and the balaclava and the neck on your helmet, the neck cover. And that wasn't mandatory before, but now it is because of that deal. But got pretty burned up and got airlifted out of here. And so that was kind of, I've had a lot of highs and lows here, but the cool thing about that story was that was in the fall of 22. When we came here 6 months later in April of 23, we won our first race with Jeb. So in a matter of 6 months, I went from flying out of here in a helicopter going to the hospital to rolling out of here with a trophy. So a lot of high, like the highest of highs and the lowest of lows at this place.
Thank you so much for your
time. Yeah, man, thank you. Nice meeting you.
2023.
Yep.
You flipped.
Yeah.
Can you talk us through it?
I don't really remember it. So coming down the backstretch, somebody spun out, clipped me in the right rear. I spun across the field, got hit in the door,
which usually is probably the worst thing to do because it kind of gets you up in the air, and then once the air hits it, you basically turn into an airplane.
Yeah.
And that was about the last thing I remembered. I ended up barrel rolling 7 or 8 times down the backstretch. It was all good. I mean, it's crazy how safe these cars really are. And I mean, I was back racing 2 weeks later.
Really?
Yeah.
So no lasting injuries, nothing severe?
Only thing I had was some bruises, a small concussion, and then some red eyes for about a month.
It's crazy when I watched like a compilation of these big NASCAR wrecks.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing that they even survive.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, these things are so safe nowadays.
Okay, but speaking of something a bit more positive, then your win.
Yes, 2022. Obviously, we do stage racing here, and I won. I think it was stage 2 that day. It was my first time here in an Xfinity car in Talladega. I was part-time that year. It might have been 2021 actually, but yeah, I'll never forget that. Just kind of being able to lead laps against these guys that I was still at home a year earlier, which was back in California, at home watching these guys on TV, and then a year later leading the race and running with all these guys I've been watching on TV for years. So it was definitely a surreal moment, and hopefully get back there this weekend and lead the final lap, not just stage 2.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
This is Katherine Legge. She's a British racing driver who has done a bit of everything: IndyCar, sports car racing, and now NASCAR. I'm curious to learn more about her unique experience.
Hey you guys, my name's Katherine Legge. I am driver of the number 32 Jordan Addison Racing Bommarito Autosport badass Xfinity car, and I'm going to show you around. As you can see, they are just covering up the back window there, but the tires, they've got a big sidewall to them, big and hefty, ready to take on all the power that these beasts produce. Different configurations for different tracks. So on super speedways, we have different aero setups to what we would have on a road course or a mile and a half oval. So this is the super speedway configuration. You can see all the flicks and spoilers. That produces the downforce that pushes us into the racetrack. Not as much as an open wheel car like an F1 car or an Indy car, but still significant. They're big, heavy beasts, and they don't have a door. You have to get in and out through the window, which is the least innovative thing about the car as you climb in the window. And you can see at the moment they've got this setup wheel on, but we have a steering wheel. We have 2 buttons only on the steering wheel, and the rest is all on the dash. We obviously have a seat that's molded for us for safety, 6-point harness, and all the other kind of mod cons. They make it raw and amazing.
So now we're at one of the most iconic tracks, and one of the most terrifying, if I do say so myself. I went up the banking there, and it's so steep.
Did you climb it?
I did climb it, yeah. And then when I got to the top, I was like, fuck it up. How am I going to get down? Exactly.
It's the same in Daytona, and I haven't climbed this one, but I climbed the Daytona one, and you're sat at the top, and you're thinking, this was probably not the greatest idea to climb up, because how am I going to get down? So you kind of go down on all fours.
Yeah. Exactly. That's literally what I did. I was like going down like this. It didn't look great, but...
Oh, you did the crab.
Yeah, I did the crab.
Got it. Yeah, it's
but,
one or the other.
I was prioritizing my safety. Katherine, it was lovely meeting you, and I really wish you all the best this weekend.
I hope you have fun. I hope you enjoy NASCAR.
I will, trust me.
Great.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. It's day 2 here at Talladega. We just came from the press conference where some of the drivers have been answering questions about the race, obviously. Now behind me, we have the Cup Series drivers firing up their engines, getting ready to qualify. And yeah, this is going to be the first sort of real action that I'm getting here at Talladega. Yesterday I saw a few cars going past, but today I'm going to be seeing some real action for the first time. So looking forward to that. Seen a couple of drivers. I saw Bubba Wallace, I saw Chase Elliott. I actually got my my Busch Light jacket signed by Ross Chastain. Unfortunately, I didn't get that on camera, but I'll show you guys later. So I'm super pleased with that. I mean, I hope the camera is doing it justice, just getting across how big this place is. Obviously, my first NASCAR race was at Homestead Miami Speedway, which is way smaller in comparison. I mean, this is like 15 Miamis in one. Talladega is sort of known for being super unpredictable, having big wrecks. Anything can happen here. All right, now I'm just gonna have a look at some of these drivers and see what they're doing. Okay, now we're walking up along the pit lane, and we're right at the front, and the guys are gonna head out.
Once the ARCA Race Series starts, we take a golf cart to get a different view of the track. But in order to do that, we have to pass through the infamous Talladega Boulevard. Talladega Boulevard is a strip inside the track where fans come for a non-stop party. But it's not exactly like any party I've ever been to. It's early in the day, so the party hasn't started, but either way, I'm a bit nervous for what I might see.
Okay, I think this should be a cultural experience, let's say.
It's a true American experience.
True, yeah.
The land of the free.
Edit some bald eagles here. Sorry, we're off to a cracking start here. The first Trump sign of the day. Save America.
Well, I was gonna say earlier, somebody came by the Chili's event earlier, and he had a pigeon on a leash. And somebody walks up and goes, "Man, that's a Talladega bald eagle right there."
Show me your butthole.
I'm not kidding. The first Talladega
This is
I was
very-
here,
Yeah.
I saw 3 buttholes.
Oh, like you saw
Yes,
3 buttholes.
Like men would just moon me. Yeah.
That
or
is,
I would walk around a corner and some guy would just be peeing, and I'm like, oh, wonderful. Okay.
Over here at the boulevard.
Yeah. Is this what you were expecting?
Kind of, but not the butthole thing, because it's just a little bit.
Just wait until tonight. That'll.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. Okay, my friends, I just bought a corn dog. I've never had a corn dog in my life, so this is my first ever corn dog. Wait, so it's a hot dog, but what's around it? That's the corn.
It's cornbread.
Cornbread.
Bread.
Cheers, here we go.
Do you not like it?
I mean, not really. Not really. Very unique flavor profile. I gotta be honest, it's not for me. Leave a comment. Do you like corn dogs?
After that new culinary experience, it's time to head back to the track before the Xfinity Race starts.
Okay, my friends, now it is time for the Xfinity Race Series. The cars have lined up here. And as I said before, now the excitement is building. The atmosphere is changing. The sun's even out. So I've had to apply some sunscreen because we always have to protect ourselves from the sun. But I digress. Anyway, everybody's here. You have a look. You see people are here, fans, team members, drivers. How are we doing? How are we feeling?
Good, man. Ready for it.
Yeah? How's the nerves? You seem cool as a cucumber.
I love this place. It's always fun to come to Talladega. Just seeing this place packed and all the fans here on the grid walk is always cool, and just ready to get in the car, hop in, go do a, what is it, 250 miles, 300 miles a day, whatever it may be. That's right. Go lead lap 113. That's the goal.
Thought I'd capture you right before the race.
I dare you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's almost time. How are you feeling?
It is. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling pretty good. We've had lots of meetings, and I think I've been inundated with information, so hopefully I can just retain 80% of that, and I think we'll be in good shape.
For the race itself, we were invited to watch it from the top of an RV parked right by the start-finish line, and the view from up here is amazing.
Wow, this is so nice.
Isn't it?
This is like, what a view you can see so far. Wow, this is the way to do it.
The Xfinity race proved to be a positive one for our underdog friends at Jordan Anderson Racing, with Jeb Burton finishing second, a big result for the team. After the Xfinity race, the time has finally come for us to go to the Talladega Boulevard at night. And I can't say I'm super excited about it.
It's definitely unique. Okay, so here's a place where you can buy booze. Oh no, you can't buy booze because you're not allowed to sell booze. So you donate money, and in exchange you get a drink. It's like a loophole. Tits out for the boys, tits out for the girls. We do love equality. So I've been walking down the boulevard right now, and I'm gonna be honest, guys, it's not my vibe. It's just not for me.
After a total of about 10 minutes, I quickly decide that the Talladega Boulevard is not for me, and I swiftly leave the premises to go home, get some sleep, and prepare for the main event tomorrow, the Cup Series race.
It's Sunday, it is race day here in Talladega. I am here in the garage area where all the teams are working on the cars, setting them up before today's race. I've been left alone to roam free and explore a little bit. So, gonna have a little look at the cars. I'm really looking forward to today's race. Everything I've been doing has been leading up to this moment. It's one of the biggest races in NASCAR, one of the most legendary circuits. And it's about to go down. This is how it is. You come here, the first day is a little bit calm, you see some drivers, you know, there's not so many people in the stands. Then the next day, it builds up, some more people, some more excitement, and then today is the main day. Let's check out some of these cars, shall we? Now we've made it out here on the track, all the cars are lined up. It's soon time to go racing here at Talladega. As I've said, pretty much the biggest race, or the second biggest after Daytona, but almost the biggest race in the entire calendar. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's time for the driver intros. So I'm on the track and the drivers will come out and go on that stage. I just had to make sure that, yes, that is the right stage. Enjoy the spectacle. There goes the hype man. Okay, now he's hyping me up. I was a bit low on energy. The driver intros are done. It was very good. The hype man was great. A lot of cheers, a lot of boos for certain individuals. For Wallace, Hamlin, and Logano, they received a lot of boos. So I'm quite curious as to why that is. People who watch NASCAR more frequently, why would they boo these three individuals? I'm a bit curious. But anyway, now it's time to exit the track. What's your race prediction for today?
I'm going with 23 Bubba Wallace.
You got a race prediction?
Yeah, I got a race prediction. I'm going with the number 5, Carl Loss.
Okay.
Kyle Loss.
Okay, I love it. We've got two different ones. What about you, finally?
I'm a Dilla.
Okay, three different guys. Okay, we'll see who was right in the end. You enjoy yourselves.
As long as it's a 2311 car, I'm good, but I'm rooting for Bubba.
So now everything is done. The national anthem has been sung, the prayer has been prayed, and now it's time to go racing. So I'm watching here from the pit lane. I'm new to the sport, and I was watching the driver intros, and everyone was booing Logano.
They just do some controversial actions on the track here, and it's a bit questionable whether it's sportsmanlike or not sportsmanlike, and they're just like, all right, well, fans, they're not fan favorites. They're like villains.
They're the villains
of the sport, yeah.
But every sport needs villains though, right? Yeah. They're heading out. Let's get a good view of it. Oh no. Oh no, there they are. You know, the heat sort of creeps up on you. So you need to bring some water. I feel like I'm quite severely dehydrated. Looking so stressed, it's like I'm at war or something. A decent spot to watch the race from. I need to start speaking more clearly and enunciating. That's a problem I've noticed when I watch my videos back, is that I speak too fast or I begin another thought when I'm not even done with my current thought. So I'm working on it. Please be patient with me. So basically, I'm not gonna lie, I went to grab a bite to eat. I was like, all right, it's like 188 laps or so. I was like, let me just grab a bite to eat. I'll come back, nothing would have happened. 2 cautions. They race at such high speeds that the likelihood that something is gonna happen or they're going to crash into each other is basically 100%. That is the end of stage 2. We have a winner. That That is Bubba Wallace, the man who was being booed.
Coming to the checkered flag, Austin Cindric made a clean move in the draft and edged out Preece by just 0.022 seconds. A really close finish. Classic Talladega. However, both Preece and Joey Logano, who had finished 5th, were disqualified for unapproved rear spoiler modifications. That reshuffled the final standings, officially giving Cindric the win, Kyle Larson 2nd, and William Byron 3rd. But anyway, now it's time for Cindric to come to victory lane.
I think it's ran out of gas and a bit of help and a push.
Absolutely beautiful. What a fun time I've had at Talladega. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.